knows at times I can be misunderstood. Yeah. There'll be good days and bad days, like the preacher said it would. All I ask is you will try loving me. All I ask is you will try loving me. 'Cause loving me ain't easy. I know it ain't.
What's going on, and welcome to Black King's Free Game. It's your boy, the People's Champ, in the building, and I have some guests for you today. As you already know, King Boston is in the building, but on today, we are greeted with two wonderful queens. We have Bridget Kelly and also Miss Janice Baker, which we have to call her Queen Baker because she was crowned on the show. Now, our special guest on today is none other. The man that's running with the plan for Congress, Michael McCord. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, hey, welcome in, Queens and Kings, and welcome in, Mr. McCord.
Appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you coming down here to little old Liberty County and letting us know that we are important. We appreciate that so much. Now, I want to ask everybody, how was your week? So we're going to start that off with Janice today.
Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Glad to be back at the table. It's been a good week. I feel like it's a celebratory week. It's Black History Month, and there's lots going on in the county and across our community. We've been celebrating kids in the school system and having celebrations. And one of our elementary schools, they hit 1 million minutes of reading already in the school.
Okay.
Nice.
Right here reading, baby.
Kudos to all of our teachers and staff at Joseph Martin Elementary. We did a surprise pet rally for our students today, so that was exciting, something to share. So, yeah. Great week.
Excellent.
Yes. Congratulations, students. Thank you so much. And thank you for the efforts of the teachers and the parents. Because we got to put in work at home, too. Don't y'all forget that now.
And it's, we started basketball. Playoffs started this week, and both Liberty County High School boys and girls just won last night.
Okay.
And I just got the text, Bradwell girls won in Augusta tonight.
Okay.
And
Nice.
tomorrow, y'all go support the boys at Bradwell Institute. I think it's at 7 o'clock. Y'all go support Bradwell boys tomorrow night.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. That's good to know.
Before we go over to Miss Bridget, I want to say, hey, shouts out to Judge McGirt. Shouts out, Judge McGirt. We see you in there tuning in, King. We see you tuning in. So, Miss Councilwoman Kelly, how has your week been thus far?
My week thus far has been just great. Awesome. Like, Jenny said, it is Black History Month. I'm at the Boys and Girls Club. So we are teaching them the little known Black history facts that they don't get in school. Council meeting was yesterday in the city of Walthamville. We had a very productive council meeting, and we're still moving our city forward.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. We're going to go right there to King Boston. Excuse me. Mayor Pro Tem.
That's right.
King.
The Honorable.
The Honorable.
I love it. I receive it.
How's your week been so far?
The week has been great. It's warming up.
Yeah.
That's good in my line
That's
of work.
good for your season.
We in honor of Black History Month, we went to a ribbon cutting today at Firehouse Subs.
Firehouse Subs. That's right.
Which is now Black owned.
Yes.
So congratulations and shout out to them, and we proudly provide their pest control services, so you don't have to worry about anything. Go enjoy your food.
Yes. Also, they will be on the show here soon next week.
Nice. Nice.
Now, last but not least, Mr. McCord, how was your week thus far?
Honestly, this week's been just like the past months since I've decided to run is just a blur. I've been to Bryan County, Liberty County, Glenn, Long County, Chatham, where I live, and everywhere in between. So honestly, I don't even know what day it is. It's been,
It's Wednesday.
there you go. Out here meeting with the people, just meeting with the voters, trying to listen to really what's going on, because what's going on in Chatham is not what's going on in Midway, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, in the shadows, there lies behind us Gabrielle Williams.
Everybody
Right there. Gabby is in the building
First
in the
daughter of
background.
Midway.
First daughter of Midway, Georgia. Thank you for joining us, Gabby.
Thank you.
So everyone, I know y'all don't even care about my week because we done heard about everybody else's great weeks. But my week has been terrific also. A lot of new things happening, a lot of big things coming to Hinesville. And I'm going to keep you up to date on what's really going on. Don't forget to subscribe at Black Kings Free Game on YouTube. And don't forget to go to yourhomechamp.com for all your real estate needs. All right, let's get into it. So, Mr. McCoy, where are your original roots? Where are you from?
So I'm originally from upstate South Carolina, a little town called Abbeville, South Carolina, which is about 10 miles from Elberton, Georgia.
Elberton, Georgia.
Yeah. So I remember we used to have to go across the river there to buy lottery tickets before it was legalized in South Carolina. So my grandfather always, every Friday when he got paid, loaded up in the truck and go across there and buy lottery tickets.
All right. So it sounds like you from a place like us, because when you said both those names, I did not know where they were. Just like when you go out somewhere, I'm from Hinesville. You from where? I'm from Savannah. Oh. So what was your big city that's next to you?
So you'll hear me say I'm from Greenville, South Carolina.
Greenville.
And that's where I lived most of my adult and professional life before I moved to Savannah. But yeah, nobody knows where Abbeville is.
I know that's right. So what made you want to come to Georgia?
Well, honestly, I was going through a pretty nasty divorce back home in Greenville, and I came down here on vacation and it's never left.
Oh.
And as I travel across the district, that seems to happen more often than you think. I put my house up for sale, rented an apartment in Pooler, and never looked back.
Oh, wow. That's what I'm talking about. Now, as far as that, sorry to hear about that.
Oh, I'm not. Best decision I ever made.
Yeah. Well, what landed you in politics? Were you always active? Were you active in South Carolina or?
So I was active in South Carolina, but I was mainly behind the scenes. I worked on Hillary Clinton's campaign when she was running against Barack in 2008. I worked on Barack's campaign when he ran in 2012. I worked on Hillary's again in 2016. I actually ran for state senate in 2020 at the behest of Jamie Harrison. He was running against Lindsey Graham then. And we wanted to fill every seat in South Carolina with Democrats. And we got very close to doing that. And it was like a plus 22 R Republican district. I got it down to about plus 14. And I did get more votes than Joe Biden in that district. And one of my most favorite photos, and this is how I campaign still, is you can see a Make America Great Again sign. And then you've got my yard sign right beside it, someone's front yard. So that's what I tell people all the time when you hear me talk about it. I have that crossover appeal, and I don't care who you vote for president or senator, but when you get down to Congress, vote for Michael McCord.
Okay.
And that's just kind of the way I present myself.
Okay. So your stance is what's right is right.
Yeah, and I don't think any party has a monopoly on what's right and great ideas. And I think that's where we've gotten very wrong as a country. We treat it more like sports. I'm a Chiefs fan or I'm a Patriots fan or whatever. Like I'm a Gamecocks fan. That might lose me some votes here.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that might lose me some votes here. But I know we've sucked. We've sucked for the past 20 years. But I still go to the games.
Yes, I got you.
But I'm not going to vote for someone because they're a Gamecock or a South Carolina I want honor. Yeah. And I think a lot of times people treat politics as if they're picking their favorite team or favorite color. And they're not looking at one, who's electable and who's actually going to be able to do things for their community. And I think we need to get back to, okay, let's talk to somebody. It doesn't matter if they're a Republican or Democrat. That should matter after the fact, not before. And I think that's why we've gotten so polarized now, is because you've got good people on both sides, but here lately, most of the good people are on our side, but there's still some good people on that side. And I think that's where we've kind of gotten lost.
Okay. Now, as far as with the politics, what initially got you started and motivated to go into politics?
For this seat or in general?
Just in general.
Well, I was basically raised by my grandmother, and she's always been heavily involved in politics. So she took me to all the meetings and stuff, and I was raised as she says yellow dog, I could say blue dog, but a blue dog Democrat, which basically means I'd vote for a blue dog over a Republican.
Yeah.
Now, I've voted for Republicans in the past, but that's just kind of how I was raised. Abbeville was a Democrat town until 2016. Little blue dot in the middle of all the red in South Carolina. So when I moved to Greenville, I thought everyone thought like I did, and people got along, and it was a culture shock.
Okay.
Because in a little small town, you know your neighbor, and it didn't matter what race or whatever. We just all kicked it together. You get to bigger towns like Savannah or Greenville, and it's like people don't look at you that way anymore. They don't think that way anymore. And again, I think that is hugely important to how our politics have gotten so polarized. We don't talk to each other anymore.
Yeah. I definitely would like to see some more talking. And not just talking, but action with the talking. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right. That polarization is terrible right now in my eyes. It's like, what are we getting done? What are we getting done? But so how has it been with Liberty County? Have you met a lot of folks, some good folks you think that would be vital to the campaign?
Well, Liberty County is actually my favorite county to campaign. That's why y'all.
Right.
That's why y'all see me all the time. But yeah, and I realized early on. So I'll be honest with you. I thought I was going to have the white liberal vote locked up.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to struggle with rural African American voters. Well, to my surprise, it's been the exact opposite. I connect more with people in Freeman Grove and Midway and Wattyville. I know I said that wrong, by the way. And those places than I do in Savannah. And so, yeah, I've met several people in Liberty County that I feel are vital to the campaign. We've got some endorsements we're going to roll out. And I've never felt uncomfortable in a room in Liberty County. I have in Savannah. And what I mean by uncomfortable, you could tell that people didn't even want to hear from me. They already had a preconceived notion of who I was before I ever got there. And I haven't felt that way in Liberty County. So it's definitely why you see me so much over here. It is vital to me in the primary that I win Liberty County.
Okay.
So that's why Liberty County, Glenn, and Long, you see me out there a lot. And we have a rural strategy where we kind of want to strangle the urban areas together because that's where the votes that Democrats need. There's a statistic out there, and it's give or take 10%, but 95% of eligible African Americans in Long County did not vote for Kamala Harris in 2024.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. And the white people in Liberty County voted. So we can blame black people for not voting, but that's not how you do it. You got to go to the people and figure out why they're not voting. And that's the same for black people, white people, Hispanic people, whatever. If you don't give somebody a reason to vote for you in this day and age, they're just going to go to work or they're going to go eat. You have to give them a reason. What are you going to do for me? And I think that's the main issue, especially with the Democrat Party. And you'll hear me talk about both parties. The Democrat Party failed in messaging. We used to be the party of the working man, not the black working man, not the white working man, the working man. And I think we have allowed ourselves to try to be the party for everybody instead of getting back to our roots, which was working class values. If you worked a full-time job, you were able to afford to live and afford a house and go on vacation once or twice a year.
Yeah.
It didn't have a race label. It didn't have where you were gay or you were straight. It was those were the values. If you worked and wanted to get ahead, you could.
Yes.
And that's the Democrat Party that I believe in. We've gotten a little far out left on the cliff somewhat, and the Republican Party has gotten real far right on the cliff. But I still think those core values are there and those voters are there because you have voters that voted for Barack Obama twice that now have voted for Donald Trump 3 times. How do you explain that without they didn't leave the Democratic Party? The Democratic Party left them. And until we go to those places and talk to people on a one-on-one level and figure out what issues are important to them, but you think about it, Barack Obama and Donald Trump, they're so different candidates. One could put a sentence together. One is rambling about sharks and electric boats. I'll let you decide which one's which. For someone to go from that to that, something happened. And we know what happened. The party left them. And if you go to Long County and places like that, you'll hear people say that traditional Democrat voters, the party left me. I didn't leave the party. And that's why I campaign the way I campaign. That's why I campaign where I campaign, because we can bring all of those rural voters back to the fold.
And how do you plan on bringing them back to the party?
Well, I don't know if I'll be able to bring them back to the Democratic Party, but I can bring them to vote for me.
Yeah.
And right now, me getting elected is my utmost priority, because I can't do anything. Nobody can do anything if they don't get elected. As both elected officials, you know that. So I think going to Little Whiskey, I had 27 people come out on a Thursday night in Little Whiskey for a Democratic candidate run for Congress. That's pretty good for Little Whiskey. And I had black, white, Mexican, young, old, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, all there because of the way I campaign. I don't talk about Trump that often. I do when it's justified. Talk about the issues. Like, for instance, Georgia is the largest pecan producer in the world. But there's a pecan place that makes the pecan logs and candies in Long County. And then there is a longest running African-American farm in this area, Berry Farm, which I had a pleasure of touring and got the farm statistics from them. That place is a mile down the road, doesn't buy pecans from them. Instead, they buy them from Mexico.
It's crazy.
So we're putting tariffs on things and supposed to be bringing American jobs back, but we're tariffing stuff that we can't make here. Why aren't we putting tariffs on the shrimp that we're getting from Asia so we can help the shrimpers down in McIntosh or the pecan growers in Long County? It doesn't make sense that they're either eligible to buy pecans from Mexico when you can buy them a mile down the road. So I think we've got
hopefully
this economic thing all backwards.
Yeah. Well, hopefully some of that changes in order, because I think that was the problem. Jobs were being sent out and products were being sent out because it was just cheaper, right? But if you make it not so cheap, you're gonna have to go a mile down the road, because now you don't have to have shipping and all that other stuff. So hopefully something works out to where we can start using, because I'm big on that. Local. And no, big corporations, I'm not hating on y'all, but you've got to understand, look, when you see people in your community and they're creating businesses and you see the smile on their face and the stress, because it's not easy, right? But at least they have the opportunity to do it. And right here in Liberty County, I believe we're really big on supporting our local businesses, right? And it doesn't matter white, black, Hispanic. We support our local businesses, from the bakeries all the way to the restaurants. And these people can cook. If you've never been to Georgia, you better come check it out, especially around here in Hinesville, Georgia. Yeah, Savannah's nearby, but Hinesville and Midway, we got it going on too. You know what I'm saying? Walkoutville in the building,
right?
You know, so yeah, that's a very good point.
Well, and every small business. So if you have 10 small businesses that create 5 jobs apiece, those jobs are more likely to stay in the community. Those dollars are more likely to stay in the community than if you have someone that creates 100 jobs.
Yes.
Because then you have an international paper situation where everyone's working at the same employer. They up and decide to leave. What does everybody do?
Yeah.
So I'm a big component. I mean, that's what I do professionally. I'm a small business consultant. I'm a big component of helping small businesses. I pissed several people off in Savannah when the mayor was trying to push out a small business on River Street that had been there 30 years. I personally didn't give a damn if he was a Democrat or Republican. You're hurting my people, my clients. What you're doing is not right. So I ruffled some feathers and was able to help to get the lease renewed, because I don't like when government, I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat again, I don't like when government puts their knee on a small person's neck. And that's what I saw happening, and it's just not right. And like I said earlier, no party, if you're doing something wrong, I'm gonna call you out on your shit. Am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Speak your mind. You didn't see us go, oh my God.
That applies here too.
I had to make sure, but I'm going to call either party out on their shit. And I think another reason why you asked me how I'm bring people back to the fold, people like authenticity. I can go to a trailer park like we talked about earlier where I grew up, and I can talk to those people, and I don't have to pretend to be middle class or pretend to know the struggles, because my grandmother still lives in a double wide trailer. My brother rents a single wide trailer in Fountain Inn, South Carolina. So I know what the struggles are, because my family is still living it.
You plan on moving them out?
I might. I need some more voters. I need some more voters. And it's apparently I'm perceived as this wealthy individual, But I hate wearing this. As a matter of fact, I texted Gabby before I got here. I was like, do I have to wear a suit jacket? It's just I didn't grow up that way, and I've been blessed to have a successful business and do well for myself. But I live in a $200,000, well, almost $300,000 house now. My truck's 6 years old, and I'm still paying payments on it. If that's
wait, hold on. We ain't gonna skip past that.
if that's wealthy, I just bought it. I haven't been paying on it for 6 years. I just bought it. No.
Y'all know
we don't judge.
I said,
You're right. No.
6 years.
No, it's a 6-year-old truck I just bought.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right,
But I say that to say I'm not driving a $100,000 truck. I'm driving a $30,000 truck. I'm a middle class person. I am of the people. I consider myself one of the people, and I run my campaign that way. I've been very successful in fundraising by connecting my business clients and then having some backing for certain individuals that have ran before, and I've been able to connect the dots where some other campaigns haven't. But money's not everything, but it's important in every aspect of life.
Yes.
But I know what it's like to make a pot of pinto beans and cornbread and eat on them for a week.
I think all of this is important because
Yeah.
you are running in a unique situation in your race. There is no incumbent, and so the playing field is very even. So in order for you to campaign, people need to know who you are. And so you've already shared a whole lot.
Yes.
So, but I think your authenticity is important as you begin to meet people and share with people. And so I think the transparency of yourself is very important. So as we continue to do Black Kings, I mean, whatever else you feel like people need to know about you and just the realness. I mean, I think all of us at the table feel like we're very real, transparent people, impactful people. So if people see that in you, I think that's what's going to translate into the constituents in our district. So I think that's very important. So as continue just because I'm learning more about you as you're talking.
Well, and that's I try to be as open book and put myself out there. I don't ever put up a front. I mean, I'm the same person you see here today on the podcast. You'll see me at an event. I will be in Walterville on Friday. You'll see the same person. I'll say the same thing. Now, I may not cuss as much in person.
Now, I will say this. Before I knew who Mike was, I had already seen him about 4 times. Okay? Now, that is a grind.
Yeah.
Right? And I said this to one of my brothers, right? Because my brother said that to me. He was like, man, everywhere we go, we see Mike. You know? And I'm like, you're right. And you're out there talking with the people. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to respect somebody that's actually putting in the effort. You know what I mean? So right now it's all about getting to know who you are. And also, in the words of Unc, well, it takes coal to run a train and gold to run a campaign.
Right.
Do you understand me, Mitch?
Oh yeah.
So I know there's a lot that goes into this, but just you showing up in the right places, because some of these candidates I still don't know, to be honest.
Right.
I don't know, and that's not good if you're running a campaign, especially in Liberty County.
That's true.
Well, I mean, and that's my whole campaign strategy is just be where the people are. So if there's a quinceañera with more than 2 people, I'm probably going to be there. If there's a cookout with more than 2 people, I'm probably going to be there. I go anywhere I'm invited, and hell, I show up some places I'm not invited. But I believe that's people want that retail politics back.
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like if you show up, you get to know people, you get to know issues. I've learned so much about Liberty County that I didn't even know. Like I didn't know anything about the Dorchester Center or any of that history or anything. And I don't think a lot of people in Savannah even know that that's there or that exists. And I had no idea why Liberty County was named the way it was. I didn't know that, some of the founding fathers that signed the Constitution were from here. Like
Big history.
Yeah, and it's just like, you don't know that unless you show up.
Right.
And you'll see me, like, if I go to a church, I like to sit in the back. Not because I don't want to meet people, but I want to listen and observe.
I was about to say, Mike, don't feel like we're going to put you in the back.
Oh, no.
You need to go to the back.
It's Black History Month, so we're going to put you in the back.
That's fine. Well, I rode the back of the bus when I was in school. It's fine. But I like to listen. I'll speak when I think I need to speak, but I like to listen and hear what's going on. Like when Malcolm was campaigning, I went to the NAACP forum. I didn't know Malcolm. I didn't know Gabby. I didn't know Annie or any of them. But I got to hear all of their platforms and their passion for Midway and whatever. And it was quite clear during that debate, and I'm not going to insult anybody that was running for that seat besides Malcolm, but it was quite clear who the most qualified was. And Malcolm stayed to talk to me afterwards. The other individual left. I think Malcolm stayed 45 minutes outside the Liberty County complex to talk to me after the thing was over with. And that's when I decided to endorse him. So I reached out to Gabby because I saw her on all over social media. I said,
Well,
hey,
I just want to
how do I help you, Dad?
I'm Malcolm, and I just want to thank you so much.
Now, he did try to sell me a Subaru. And the same thing with Annie and Rhonda. And the people I endorsed in Midway won. And it wasn't because I endorsed them, it was because they were the best person for the job, and the people at Midway saw that.
Yeah.
And I hope every elected official saw what happened in Midway. If you're not doing your job, people are fed up and they're going to vote your ass out.
Oh, you better believe that. I got to give a shout out to our kings and queens in there. We got Miss Lynn, Reginald, Miss Johnson, Lawrence. We got Eddie Myers. What's up, King Myers? We got Daryl McKenzie, Miss Green, Miss Marsha. We got the kid in there. Everybody's in the chat. Look, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that share button right now. Share it out on your page so we can get it out now so people can ask their questions now. Also in the chat, don't forget to ask your questions. Ask them all the questions you like. And don't forget, we have Mayor Pro Tem and Councilwoman Miss Kelly in the building along with Miss Baker. Now, I got a question. Oh, wait,
No.
you about to say something?
I got a question.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Like Janice said, transparency and the people of Liberty County getting to know you. You and I, briefly had a discussion, and you mentioned a couple of people in Liberty County don't like you for particular reasons or whatever. But one individual mentioned that they really aren't feeling you because
Ain't's fine.
aren't feeling you because you said some negative things about black women. There was a video circulating about some things that you said about black women. I tried to find the video. I couldn't find the video. I said, you got a hell of a tech team to scrub the internet to take that video down. But I've been trying to find that video. But what's your stance on, black women? I know there's a candidate that's a black female. So what's your stance on the black women?
Well, there's actually 3 black women running, and that video doesn't exist because it didn't happen.
Okay.
I sent you the video of the debate that they're referencing, and I posted it on my social media. So if I was insulting black women, I probably should drop out now. It didn't happen. Now, I did challenge this individual that's running on where she is from, California, and that those liberal values don't sell in South Georgia, and that's exactly what I said in the debate. Gabby was there when this supposed comment was said, so that's why I'm texting like, what the hell are they talking about?
Gabby, is that what happened? I need a loud response. Gabby's
in the gap.
Gabby was there. Gabby
did not go the way that it was said.
It did not go that way. And
Some
you
spin
stand,
going on.
You stand on it.
10 toes down, he didn't go that
So
way.
you like black women?
All right.
I mean, you see my girl back there now.
So you like black women?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
like I told you earlier, I was rocking for Kamala before she dropped out of the president race to be Biden's VP. Like, I don't. And I'm gonna give you my honest opinion on why this is happening. I am destroying everyone else in the campaign with my ground game, with fundraising, any measurable metrics. I'm doing better, and they can hate me for that. But like I said earlier, if they're not talking about you, you're not doing it right.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? You hit the nail on the head with that. And the brother that King Mosley was talking about that says he see you everywhere is me. And I respect the hustle.
Yeah.
I respect the grind because, and I'm sure Councilwoman Kelly can relate, when you're running for office, you got to leave everything on the floor.
Yep.
Every day. And I don't know if people fully appreciate that unless they've been through it. You know what I mean? I understand what it's like to knock on doors, and it don't matter if it's a Trump sign out there, or a no solicitation sign out there. You gonna knock, and when they open the door, you don't know what you're gonna receive.
Yeah.
And you don't know what questions that they're gonna ask. So it takes a certain degree of confidence, of just straight gumption, to even put yourself out there to be at any level of government, let alone Congress, when you're talking about tens of thousands of potential voters and constituents. And for the people who may not know, what exactly does a congressman do?
Yes.
And this may make y'all's life easier, but a congressman advocates for you and the district as a whole. So if there is, say, Interstate 95 needs to be paved, or they want to change the speed limit, or Congress can incentivize programs, say for instance, when international paper closed. I've got a plan for that I've sent to all the mayors, and they've reviewed it and they think it will work, where we can declare Liberty County an economic disaster zone. And that's not a bad thing. It brings in additional federal dollars to prop up the economy and incentivize companies to come here to fill that role that international paper left. So things on that ground, advocating for you, obviously voting for different bills like the SAVE Act, for instance. You vote on those bills that affect everybody. So anybody that's listening, I don't care if you're in Georgia or California or New York, my voice in California, not California, my voice in DC, right? I talk about California so much, I got it on the brain.
Right.
But my voice in DC wouldn't just be for Georgia. Now, obviously, the most important to me would be the voters of District 1, but what I do in DC affects the nation. I would be District 1's voice in DC to push back on laws that would affect us negatively, or advocate for things that need to be done on the federal level. So if that's bringing additional dollars, federal dollars to education, or bringing additional dollars to Fort Stewart, or what have you, federal infrastructure dollars for the flooding issues we have in Chatham and we have in Glenn, some in Liberty, but not as much. That's what a congressman does. They're supposed to advocate for you. And so if our veterans out there, if veterans have an issue, they're needing an appointment, they can't do anything, we plan on when we get elected, because we're going to win, we're going to have someone designated for veterans to call. And so if you have an issue, you call me up, hey, I can't get my appointment, or they're giving me the runaround, we're going to have a designated that goes right to the top of the VA to get that done. And
What?
I will give Representative Carter some credit. He is decently good at constituent services on that level.
Okay.
Now, he hasn't been advocating for us as a whole, as a community, but if someone reaches out, hey, I can't get my Social Security approved, or hey, I'm having this issue, that issue, he typically does get that resolved. And the only reason why I know that is I've heard it from people in the community that didn't vote for Carter, but I'm a big component of giving credit where credit's due.
Right.
You mentioned District 1. For those that don't know, what cities and counties consist of District 1?
So we run from the South Carolina state line to the Florida state line. So we have the entire coast.
Okay.
And they go up into Effingham. So we have Rankin and part of Guyton. And then we go all the way over to Baxley, Jessup, Appleton County, Long County, all of that. Surprisingly, we don't have Glenville or any of that. They carved it out. But that's all of that. So all of Liberty County, there's 15 and a half counties. And I say half because we have half of Effingham.
Okay. Well, you brought up the SAVE Act. And today we'll be watching the video on the SAVE Act. Matter of fact, that's a question. Now, it's not so much about the SAVE Act, this video. It's about how people reference. And a lot of times, man, people use certain ethnicities as a scapegoat or a reason. And sometimes it can be insulting. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and watch that video now. We got King Osorio back there on the ones and twos. King Osorio, can we see it, sir?
What's your opinion on voter ID laws?
Yeah, they're usually pretty racist and they're bad. I think voter ID laws are a way to perpetuate racism.
Would you go as far as say those laws are racist?
For sure.
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Definitely.
Tell us how.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters are less likely to have the kinds of IDs that have been described or required.
These type of people don't live in areas with easy access to DMVs or other places where they can get identification.
You can always get IDs you do over the internet. Does that also make it difficult for black people in particular?
Yeah, you have to have access to the internet. You have to be able to pay an internet service provider for certain fees.
Do you think that's harder for black people to go online?
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works.
A lot of people have smartphones, but you might not have data.
For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware.
Now I'm here in East Harlem to ask black people their thoughts on what you just heard. Do you have ID normally? You carry ID around?
Yes, I have state ID.
Do you carry ID?
Yes, I do.
Do you know any black person who doesn't carry ID?
No. Everyone that I know has an ID. Why would they think we don't have ID? That's a lie.
Does it sound racist for somebody to say that?
I think it is a little racist.
You're judging somebody, like, well, you're judging them because they black, saying that they don't got it.
So, you guys, y'all saw that video, right? You saw the video, and I want to know, how does that make you feel? Even right there, the people that are watching, guys, comment in the comments. How does that make you feel about what some people think about IDs, man? This is IDs. Now, I'm gonna say my opinion is, man, when I grew up, when I turned 15, I had my learners.
I think everybody had their learners. They did their 4 corners and they went and got their learners.
Yes.
I didn't.
From the State Patrol office on 84.
Yeah.
I had to get my license in Germany. 'Cause in New York, you got to be like a grown man for you to get a license.
But the German driving tests are really difficult to get. You know?
It's a written test.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
I didn't really know how to drive. But
All right, here you go. Good luck.
And if you miss one, you didn't get it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Speaking Sie Deutsch.
I mean, I just think it's a common sense thing. Have your ID.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you need ID to buy cigarettes. You need ID to get into the club. So why wouldn't you think you shouldn't have ID to go vote?
Yeah. There's a few things, especially about the video. The video is like, come on, y'all. You can't think that people are really that ignorant to the fact. Like, you don't think some people have internet or they don't have the most common sense to go get an ID? You think that lowly of a certain demographic? And that's the crazy part. That's where I feel that there's some out of touchness.
Well, not to intervene, but that is the part of the Democratic Party that I was speaking about.
Mm-hmm.
They're ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
They're the let's have men and women sports Democrats. They're the let's pick every social issue and be the white savior, as I like to call it. And another reason why I campaign, I don't want to ever come across as the white guy that's trying to save everything.
Okay.
And that annoys me. Now, the only issues I have with the SAVE Act, and we talked about it, is there are some unintended consequences. And I think with everything in D.C., we should analyze stuff more before we just pass it. So, for instance, married women, there's about 69 million American women that are married that didn't change their information on whatever, the second identification to get the register to vote, because if it passes, you got to have your birth certificate or whatever. Well, on your ID, it may say your married last name, but your birth certificate will reflect your maiden name. So if we carve those issues out and have it where, okay, bring your marriage license with you,
yes,
like you have to do for every other thing, I don't see an issue with it. I mean, I've had to show my ID. I voted first in 2008. I've had to show my ID for every election I've ever voted in. And I don't understand why certain, and I'll just say it, certain white people in the Democratic Party use black people as a scapegoat, as you saw in that video, when we're all just people. We all have cars. We all have houses. We have to get checks cashed. We go to the liquor store and buy liquor. We buy cigarettes. We buy lottery tickets. You have to have an ID to buy cold medicine.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if someone's walking around without an ID, they're probably not voting anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Like that.
Now, on the flip side of things, since the Heritage Foundation has monitored illegal aliens voting, there's only been 80 instances since 1980. They don't quote me on that number because I saw it in one source, but there's not enough illegal aliens or immigrants or whatever. I don't even know what the PC word is today to call that. That are voting, that are deciding elections. So I think it's a little bit of fear mongering, but also you should have to show your ID to vote if you have to show it to buy cold medicine.
Yes.
So I don't have an issue with it. And I think anybody that spins it the way those idiots in that video did are just
crazy,
ignorant.
And Miss Lynn says, and it's sad to think that this is the world today. # ignorant. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
you read my mind.
A lot of folks they feel the same way, because trust me, this wasn't no one-off video. And I wish it was a one-off video, but there's like I saw at least 6 of those same videos, different people asking questions in different parts of the world, in different parts of the United States, in different states. And it was the same thing. And I was like, wait a minute now. Hold on now. Come on. We got to do better than that, especially with, even if you feel sympathy for somebody and you don't understand, you can't think that they're just handicapped. You know what I'm saying? So going to the video, Janice, how did that come across to you?
Ignorant. I mean, just like Ms. Lynn said, I think we as a people know exactly what to do, but sometimes we can play ignorant too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just so we can't be
held accountable.
Right.
Thank you.
Yep.
Held accountable. But we've got to do better as a people. We've got to be aware. We've got to be vigilant. We've got to want to do more. We come from a generation where our ancestors did a lot for us, and we've got to want to put the foundation in place for those who are coming behind us, because things are not as they were when we were growing up. We all know that life is very different from how we were raised, so the world is not the same. And so because we want things to be as close to that as possible, I feel like kids grow up so much faster now, but you know, it's just the fact that we have to actually be the movement and be the sounding board, because all adults aren't as we are today.
Yes.
Say that. We're not the same.
Yeah, we definitely were
We're not
latchkey
the same.
kids.
If you don't mind, I want to touch on a comment that I just saw. So someone said that I criticized Miss Hallowell for being from California. I did, but that's not criticizing her for being a black woman. There's white people and Hispanics and Asians and everybody from California.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's getting twisted.
Well, that's everything got to fit the narrative of the person.
Exactly.
It's an agenda.
And I'll explain my thought process on that, and then this is South Georgia.
Yes.
We know where we're at, right?
Yep.
But you criticizing her, like, how are you criticizing her from being from South Carolina? Because you're not from California, because you're not from Georgia either. So the next person may say, you in Georgia.
I've been in this area 6 years. And I've lived within 10 minutes of the Georgia line my entire life. And a rural community in South Carolina is the same as a rural community in Georgia. I mean, we're right across the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
So California doesn't sell well in Georgia. We've seen that with the attack ads of the PSC race against about the tie-in, the two that ran and won, thankfully, about the Green New Deal and this and that and the other. We see it now, Mike Collins calling John Ossoff the third senator of California, even though John Ossoff was born and raised in Georgia. So those type of values, even though California is not a bad state, they don't sell here, because as soon as you say I'm a woman from California and I'm a Berkeley graduate, on paper, Amanda is a phenomenal candidate, just not for this area. I take nothing from her education. She's more educated than I am. She's probably more qualified than I am, but not in this district. And we need to win. We cannot fumble this. And that is my point that I'm trying to make. She is a phenomenal person and a phenomenal candidate, and I have nothing against her. She's just not electable in South Georgia. And we've seen this in 2024 when we ran Patty Hewitt, a white woman from California. She got 38%. She did worse than anyone else that's ran for this seat since it's been District 1 and Buddy Carter's held it. So we can ignore the coalition, or we can try to make it about Michael hating black people, which is ludicrous. Or we can look at the facts that liberal California values, even though they're not wrong, they don't sell here. And there's not enough Democrats that wouldn't care where Amanda's from to win the election. She'll get 38 to 42% of the vote, like any other Democrat has. We need someone that can go into the rural areas, like I've been doing, talking to people that the Democrat Party has left. They didn't leave the party, the Democrat Party left them. If we don't get them back, why the hell are we running? Why are we putting in this energy? We're going to have another Buddy Carter in office that's not going to advocate for Midway. I don't think Buddy Carter could find Midway if he wanted to. He's sitting behind a gated community in St. Simons. So we need someone that's going to fight for all of us and can win. And it needs to not be a popularity contest or, well, you know, I like her because of this, or I like Michael because of that. No, who's the best candidate that can win against the Republicans? Because we're going to be running against Jim Kingston or Candace Taylor. Jim Kingston has $2 million already. why would we give them a free attack on us? What are they going to say? Don't South Carolina my Georgia? If I'm the candidate? No, that doesn't really work, does it? But if you say don't California my Georgia, you know exactly, even though you wouldn't care, you know exactly what they're saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why would we give a free? You'll never hear me attack Amanda on qualifications. You'll never hear me attack her on her education, her race, or any of that. That's not how I work. But the fact is, her being from where she's from, it's not even her fault, but it's a liability. And it's a liability today in 2026, when it's an open seat like you referenced. We can't fumble this. This is the only chance Democrats have taken this seat back.
So to make it plain for the people, I'll just say her values don't align with the constituents of District 1.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm going to start using that because that's a much more eloquent way of saying it, and I don't come across like an asshole like I typically do.
That's the PR.
Yeah, exactly. You're hired. Okay.
That's that PR talent.
I'll get you a contract after the show.
Look, while you playing though, Janice runs a tight ship. When
Absolutely.
Look. Queen Baker over there has done so much in this community and has remained quiet. You know, when you talk about the background, right? She's the background, but was the forefront the whole time.
Yeah, she could play the front too.
Yeah, oh yeah, she played the front very well. But that back, she's just like, no, just go ahead and I got it. Don't worry about it. Boom. And next thing you know, you got this $2,000 event looking like you spent $200,000 on it. So
and you need the idiot like me that's going to run and doesn't mind shuffling people's feathers. But if you don't have a good team and a community behind you,
yes,
it's not going to work.
Absolutely.
Right.
And that's why
Right.
Like Trump was a horrible candidate, but he had
smart people behind
him, and he's a good showman.
Yeah. And he's going to say what's on his mind.
Exactly.
And they're going to come back and clean it up. They're going to come back and clean it up.
And, you know, I've probably said things tonight that my teens, I'm scared to look at my phone because, you know.
What are you doing?
Exactly. Exactly. But at the end of the day, I think only good thing Trump has done in politics is he's allowed people to see authenticity. And then when they don't see it, they call it out. And I think that's another one of my strong suits is I am what I am. I am who I am. All of my mistakes, everything I've made in the past and present and future, all of my successes all made me who I am now. And it makes me uniquely qualified for this district because we have gated communities with $3 or $4 million houses. Then we have trailer parks. We have the whole plethora. We have manufacturing workers. We have teachers. We have educators. We have doctors. This district is so unique that you have one of the largest Army bases, and you have an Air Force base, and you have a submarine base. And then you have Savannah, which was the first city in Georgia. And then you have Midway with all that civil rights history that nobody knows about. It's such a unique district, and this sounds cheesy, but it looks like America. And if y'all been to some of my events, my events look that way because I campaign for people, not certain demographics or certain professions or certain this and that. I don't care about any of that. If I have a $100 event and you can't afford to come, still come. You still can eat.
We did.
Yeah.
The food was really good too.
I was just about to talk about that too.
I mean, shout out to Apostle. She did her thing with that event.
Yes.
She did.
And that dressing, so I had that addressing when I went to her church in Glenville. And she can't vote for me, by the way. She lives in Glenville, but I met her at an event. She invited me, and I came because I feel important to keep my word. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I don't care if there's anything in it for me, I'm going to do it. So when someone calls me a liar or says, oh, well, he said this about, I don't like that. Like, don't talk about my name. You can call me a libtard, you can call me a baby killy Democrat, whatever, I don't care. But don't call me a liar or talk about my name, because that's all I got.
And you mentioned, your mistakes and your accolades and all of that other stuff.
I tried to set you up.
Right, your mistakes. There is a mugshot circulating around.
There is.
A couple of people in Liberty County have asked about this mugshot.
I was gonna get to that, but Bridget,
my bad.
You got a team.
Right. We have to take it from them sometimes.
I wanted to put the mugshot out, and kind of like Trump did. I will put it on shirts and sell it for the campaign. I mean, 'cause I didn't look bad in it. So yes, I have been arrested. The secret's out. Everyone knows. Am I ashamed of that? No, I'm not. Because well, I can't say that. A lot of people have been arrested. Some of our elected officials all over the district have been arrested.
Right.
The president is a 39 type felon. So yes, I have been arrested. I've never been convicted of any crimes other than a minor traffic violation, and the background shows that. So yes, I was arrested in Beaufort County in 2021 for suspicion of DUI. I blew a .002. The cop decided he wanted to take me to the hospital to piss on a cup. I was like, "Well, you're gonna draw my blood too, because I've seen way too many 48 hours. You ain't setting me up. We're gonna have the whole plethora of things done." And when all the lab results came back, I wasn't on meth that he accused me on. I hadn't been smoking weed. I hadn't been taking pills. I mean, this cop I was on everything from meth to cocaine to crack. He trying to light up my nose and said I had a deviated septum. No, what he saw was someone in Hilton Head in a nice Tahoe with tinted windows, pulled me over, saw my out of state, well, South Carolina, but upstate ID. Obviously, he's a tourist down here that been no good. And it didn't happen, didn't hurt. I was coming out of Wild Wing at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Do you have 24s on your Tahoe?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
I had to make sure.
They were the snowflake.
That right there.
They were the snowflake. They were the snowflake, but just like my truck's got dark tinted windows, and I got pulled over in McIntosh the other day, and he's like, roll your window down, roll your back window down. So, and I was also a smart ass to the cop. And as we know, they don't like that.
Right.
But when it all got said and done and we went to court and the lab results were presented, it was thrown out because I'm not guilty, because a 002, the legal limit is 008. Yes, I had one beer and I admitted to that. By the way, don't do that. But I was honest because I knew I wasn't drunk.
Yeah.
But I was texting. I mean, honest with you, I was going to a Sneaky Link's house, and I was texting them, and I swerved because I was texting and got pulled over. Like, this story doesn't. I know it's not the grand conspiracy everyone thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But it is, and that's what happened. And easily verified.
Mike, I will say this, because and King Boston knows, and I think everybody at this table knows. There's one thing that I hold myself to, whether I like it or not, is being accountable.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you even said you were a smart ass to the cop. See, now that is some accountability. You didn't have to tell the truth about that.
Yeah.
But you did. I do like that. I really do. So, I think a lot of people appreciate that, the honesty, because it's a lot of stuff, people aren't going to say.
Well, it does mean no good to sit here to lie to you when it is public information that I was arrested and why I was arrested and where I was arrested. Even the time, you can see the time. So it does me no good to lie about it, because it did happen and I was arrested. If I had not been out at 2 o'clock in the morning, had I not been out being messy, had I not had a beer, had I not been a smart ass to the cop, I wouldn't have got arrested.
Yeah.
But the system worked like it was supposed to. I was arrested on suspicion of a DUI. I did all the tests, and it was proven that I wasn't. And unfortunately, in the criminal justice system, that doesn't happen all the time. And then someone like me that's had my privilege of making money and being successful and now running for Congress, this is coming back to me, even though I was found not guilty and it was dismissed. I have to pay to have that screw up on the internet.
Well, we know about that.
I have to pay the state of South Carolina to remove that from my record, even though it was dismissed. So what happens to someone that's trying, they even said they have been convicted, but they've served their time, whatever, just misdemeanor, and they're on the up and up. They can get denied housing. They can get denied good paying jobs. We make the process of, you make one mistake, it shouldn't haunt you the rest of your life. And we need to reform the system. One, you shouldn't be putting people's mugshots out there on the internet forever. Like, no one wants to relive their worst mistake if they've been a business owner and married or running for Congress or whatever. Something they did this is 6 years ago, by the way. So if you have to dig up something on me from 6 years ago and you can't find anything else, that just tells you how strong my campaign is.
Yes.
And we need to realize that the system is broken, and a lot of people are denied housing, they're denied jobs. Like, how do you get yourself out of a situation that you may have put yourself in and gotten a charge if you can't get a good paying job, if you can't get a better house because of this? So we need to remove the box on the application, check if you're a felon or not. If I committed a felony 15 years ago, I should be able to get a job anywhere I want to go. That shouldn't hold me back my entire life.
Yes.
Especially if you paid your debt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just like being denied housing and government, anything, like if you're being good now and I see that, hey, you made a mistake here and in 6 years you ain't done nothing else, obviously you just made a mistake.
Yeah.
We're all human. We make mistakes. And I will say this, and this is my shot across the bow to other campaigns, those that live in glass houses shouldn't throw rocks. Because I can afford to do opposition research, and I have. And that's all I'm saying.
Shots fired! I got a gunshot. Hold on. Here we go. Where is that? There we go. Yeah, machine gun.
Exactly.
But what'd you say?
I was gonna ask a question if I may, but you go ahead.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna have Queen Baker ask her question. Thank you. Go ahead.
No, I'm loving your transparency and I'm loving your passion. And in politics, sometimes, some people run for, the position, and some people run because they're a servant. So I want you to just share with people, who you are and what you look forward to changing in District 1.
And first of all, I'm glad you brought that, a servant, because my business partner, my mentor, is a black guy, surprisingly, because I'm racist. You remember that? His name is Stephen Morris, and he.
I never said that.
I didn't say you said it. I just want everybody to know. His name is Stephen Morris, and when I was going through my divorce and my mom died, I didn't want to live anymore. I was just like checked out, working meaningless jobs, and he bugged me every 2 weeks. Hey, we paid you your residuals because I work in merchant services, so we get paid monthly. We help small businesses. He's like, hey man, get back in this. You're good at this. And finally, one day, he caught me on the right day. I quit my job and got back in this, listened to him, and been going in ever since. And he has that servant mentality, and that's how I do my customers in my business. That's how I do with voters. Anything, because if I treat you the way I want to be treated, and if I do right by you, most of the time, not always, but most of the time, you're going to return that. It's going to be simple. Yeah. So what I hope to bring to Liberty County is, one, functional leadership. Buddy Carter has not had a town hall in 12 years. That's unacceptable. He is the representative of the people. That is the people's house. It's not Donald Trump's house. It's not Joe Biden's house. It's not Michael McCormick's house. It is the people's house. So, one, I'm going to come back every quarter and come to Walterville, come to Midway, go to Savannah, have town halls, and say, hey, these are the bills. What do y'all think? The SAVE Act, whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly good for the Black Kings Free Game, but we go live wherever.
Because how do I vote on something if I don't know how the district or the constituents feel it is?
Yeah.
Because there could be a Democrat bill, and it could be, I go to y'all and they're like, hey, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But I'm expected to vote for that because I'm a Democrat. I can tell you now, if I go to DC, they both gonna hate me because I'm not falling in line with anybody but the people of District 1. And if it's good for District 1, I'll vote for it. So with that said, I want to bring the timber industry back because 80,000 jobs are gonna be lost in the next 5 years because of what International Paper did. So we need to bring in new paper mills, but we need to have federal dollars to redo those mills so they aren't using as much water. Take that piece off of us and then the local municipalities. But we also need to do value-added products. What I mean by that is, so we're going to make the raw goods here, but right next door, we're going to make the cardboard boxes, or we're going to make the whatever here in Liberty County instead of it getting shipped out. And then Trump's got one thing right with these tariffs. They can be used to protect American jobs. Now, what he's doing is that's not what's happening. But we can put a tariff on foreign paper products coming in, or we can put a tariff on, pulpwood coming in, because South Georgia is Saudi Arabia of timber. And what I mean by that is we have more timber than we have anything else. So, and we have people trained to do those jobs. And if you look at North Carolina and Alabama, where I came up with this plan, they saw the writing on the wall. So those municipalities did what Liberty County and Atlanta refused to do. They went and met with International Paper. All of the stuff that's coming out of the Riceboro mill now is going to Alabama. It's not going to Mexico. It's going to Alabama. Because Alabama saw the writing on the wall and it's like, what do you need? If that's tax incentives, if that's training incentives. South Carolina does a really good job with Volvo and Mercedes and ZF transmissions and BMW, where they send people to the technical colleges for 6-week crash courses of how to run these machines or how to do this, how to do that. So when you leave, you've got your certificate and you've got a job making $20 an hour. We do that some here. We could expand that with Hyundai and have apprenticeship programs. I'm rolling into what I want. We can have apprenticeship programs. So someone that doesn't want to go to college or college, when I was going to school, it was you had to go to get a 4-year degree and you didn't learn a trade. Well, now you've got welders and electricians and people making more money than doctors and nurses and lawyers.
They do.
So we can have those apprenticeship programs. So say his son wants to go to school to be a welder. He could be doing that while he's in high school.
Yes.
He leaves with an associate's degree and goes get a job at Hyundai making $30, $40 an hour.
Yes.
Right.
We don't want all the jobs back. We want the good paying jobs back.
Yeah.
And we have the ingredients here. We have the land, we have the people, we have the infrastructure. We're off the interstate, we have the ports. We just haven't had people advocate for it. And I hear my good friend Corey Foreman, who's running for state senate, he talks about growth pays for growth. We don't have to raise taxes. If we have more industry here, we can lower the property taxes.
Yes.
We just do things ass backwards right now.
I want to add to that, because what you said, right, Jen, is something that I've had a discussion with my brothers about, and my sisters too. But when we get back to letting our youth know that there's more to life, that you can learn it right now. Like, you lose a lot of youth once they get out of school, because they're like, well, what am I going to do? But if we would have introduced it, which I think we have a program with the colleges.
There's some, yeah.
Yes. But they're not really taking advantage of it. Like, they take it as a free period. You know what I mean?
Well, it needs to be expanded, because if you have somebody from Midway that have to drive to Savannah.
No. I'm speaking for the high school.
Yeah. So at the Career Academy. Dual
Yes.
enrollment, and also where our kids are able to pick a trade. So we do have welding. We do have actually Hyundai started last year with a first year opportunity for students to actually have the opportunity to come work after they graduate from high school and pretty much be ready for the workforce. But it's a greater need because we live in such a huge community, and a lot of our kids, again, things are different. Everybody does not want to go to college. So we're finding a lot more kids want to do barbering and cosmetology, or they want to do welding, and they understand it's great money. Airplane, because we're so close to
Gulfstream.
So we have industry here. It's just making sure, or connecting the passion with the opportunity for our kids.
And if we do that, and people ask me how you pay, the federal dollars are already there for these programs. Like, they're sitting there. We just don't take advantage of them. And the more we train people and we have these excellent programs, like I was at a business luncheon in Glenn County, the CEO said, we look at your K through 12, decide if we're going to come there. And that's why you see South Carolina has done such a good job. They realized that their public education system wasn't the greatest, but they found a way to still attract these people. Like, hey, we're going to take the burden and we're going to train these people. You tell us what they need to do. And I know for a fact, because I did this class with ZF Transmissions. I mean, I'm a certified CNC machinist through one of these local Piedmont Technical College down there in Greenwood, South Carolina. I went through the program to learn how to run these machines when ZF opened up down there. So I went from making $12 an hour at a temporary in a warehouse, went through this 6-week program, and these programs are paid. And then I went from making $12 an hour to $20 an hour in 6 weeks. That's a pretty good bump.
Yes.
And then we're not talking about all the benefits that come with these manufacturing jobs.
Yes.
Like the health insurance, 401k, all of that stuff. Like the mayor of Pembroke was talking about, everyone grabbing by Hyundai, but Pembroke's median income before Hyundai was like $28,000 a year.
Yeah.
You got jobs that are paying $60,000, $70,000 a year with just a high school diploma now. It's just night and day.
Yeah.
And like I said, we have the workforce here, we have the land, we have the abilities, we have the great schools. We can do it. And the pieces are already there. We just got to get somebody that's willing to fight for it, advocate for it, and put the pieces together.
Yes.
It's also why I interact with all the local elected officials. I'm going to need support here when I sell it there. Hey, we already got support here. I just got to bring it back.
Okay.
And that's why I want relationships with all elected officials in this area, because if I go say, hey, do you have a place this plant can go? I may not know about it. He's like, yeah, we got one right down the road. Instead of having to pay somebody to come down, like I can make a phone call and call that place back. Yeah, we got one right now. Call this guy and direct them right to him.
Yes.
And then we'll make the
connections.
Yeah.
So with that, right? Because now you talking my language now, Mike. I'm telling you, talking my language, because that's exactly what I would like to see. There's so many programs that are out there, but guess what? We don't know about it. We don't really we have our counselors and everything, but the kids don't take it as serious as we used to back then. Let's just be honest. And some of the parents don't push the kids because they're more, well, you do what you want to do in life. No, man, we got to give them a direction. I'd rather say, hey, look, you ever thought about welding? You know what I'm saying? And the kid be like, well, I really don't. But I tell you what, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take that welding class over there, the career center. I want you to try it out. I want you to actually take it serious, right? Whether you like it or not. And that way they're learning a skill and they're understanding, well, wait a minute, I don't have to look at social media and dream about somebody else's life. And I don't they want to be social media people. All like for real.
That's what they're exposed to.
That's what they're exposed to.
It's about exposure.
NBA contract.
Yes, an NBA contract, football, everything is all hype.
Right.
It's not reality. So when they go out there dreaming big, and I think what happens is their bubbles get busted so hard.
Are not dreaming big enough. I think sometimes, because we all know, we live in a county that, a lot of our constituents live at a certain level. They live paycheck to paycheck. And so because they see maybe their parents or their family struggling, they don't think it's possible.
Yes.
And so, I think some kids do not see a way out. They really don't. They don't think that they can possibly go to school, get a welding job, and they can pay for a car and a house and afford all of the things that they want in life. But, we have to make sure that they understand that it's obtainable. You can do it.
Yes, and but what I was saying, that when they get their bubbles busted, right?
Yeah.
Because they didn't dream big enough, or they didn't know how to complete their dream. Right. They go out there and then they get so depressed. It's like, oh man, what do you mean? Why I don't have the money yet? It's like, no, we can show you a path, but we have to get more involved and more entwined with our youth, because they're not looking at us as someone they look up to. They think we're lame, and the people they see online are the cool ones. Instead of, look, no, I'm not lame. I'm the one that's been paying the bills while you're in the house. Like, that's not lame. Them lights, and when you're in there playing your game, you're like, leave me alone, Dad. Like, when you get mad at me, you realize that I'm paying for everything at my little job, and I'm not online. I'm not on social media. So I think that connection needs to be pushed. And look, I'm not gonna lie, I've enjoyed this, guys. Right now we're at 1 hour and 7 minutes. So look, we're about to wrap it up, but I do want to say this. We've got to get involved more with these kids and our youth, and we need to let them know everything that's available. And that's something that you did bring up. I love that. They got to know what programs there is, and we got to give them a blueprint. If we can give them a blueprint and they can see how that blueprint will work, I guarantee you a lot of these kids are going to bring it in and be like, you know what? I like this idea. You mean I'm gonna make $20 an hour? Because we still gotta remember, even though they have the big dreams, they're gonna know reality is, you get a job for $7, $12, you find those jobs all day, but $20, $25 an hour, and that's you getting out of school making that?
Well, knowledge is power. And speaking of resources, we're also having a housing buying seminar. We have one in Chatham County and one in Liberty, March and April. I'll get the information to you, where there is down payment assistance and dollars that are getting ready to go away because people don't know these programs exist. And so a good friend of mine that's a mortgage lender specializes in low income and helping people with challenged credit get houses. She put together this wonderful seminar. I attended it, and I thought, I want to do that around the district.
Okay.
So there's down payment assistance for people, all that kind of thing. There's programs, it's our money.
You're talking about
our tax dollars, and we know that home ownership is the first step in generational wealth.
Speaking of that, if you go to yourhomechamp.com, you can look at your beautiful home, because I'm the realtor. People's Champ in the building, Realty Executives Liberty. Don't forget, yourhomechamp.com.
And when you get that home,
let's go, bro.
You get that home. You need termite coverage.
Yes.
In Southeast Georgia.
Yes.
Because them termites will eat your house.
Yes.
And you call 844-MAGNUM-1.
Magnum 1.
844-624-6861.
Yes, sir.
And we'll take care of you.
All day. Y'all see we got the awesome team. Don't forget SteezoCollection.com. That is your Christian wear. Now, we've come to the part of the program, but I do want to say we're going to have you back again. Oh, all right?
Yeah,
but
only right.
We've come to the part of the program where I want everybody to give their inspiration to the kings and queens for the week. Now, I know you, Janice, you already know how this goes, Queen. You already know how it goes. But we're going to start off with King Boston, then we're going to come to you.
Ladies first.
Look,
Ladies first.
I was going to do that.
Queens first.
I started first.
You started first? All right, cool.
First.
Go ahead.
No, I started first.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm... All right.
Well, I'll just say inspirational to the people. Ask questions. I don't know if that's inspirational, but ask questions. I asked him everything that was brought to me that said, ask Mr. McCord this, that, and the next. If you don't know the answer, you want the answer, go to the source and let the source give you the answer.
And my phone number's on my website, so if you got questions, just go on there and ask.
I got one more question.
I'm ready for it.
I got one more question. You've already spoke it into existence that you're going to be the next congressman for District 1. You are all over Liberty County. You have met different people, myself, City of Midway, City of Walthamville, City of Hinesville. So when one of these cities call you, when you become congressman, we're going to talk to you and not three other people before we get to you.
Don't be acting brand new.
Right. We need to talk to you.
Y'all got my cell phone number, and I've had the same cell phone number since 2005, so I ain't changing it. So you got it. Y'all plugged in.
Yeah. Okay. But again, for those, just ask the question.
Yeah, I'm taking Gabby with me, so if you don't talk to me, I'll talk to her.
Okay. We can talk to the first
one. We can work with that.
Yeah.
Yes. Queen Baker. Yes.
It was a pleasure meeting you. This is my first acquaintance with you, so it was a pleasure meeting you and having the conversation. What I will say is that we are a community and we need to give back to community. This is an awesome opportunity in your election. So in moving forward, I just ask that people be a part of something. Don't sit back and watch everything happen. And again, ask questions, but be a part of the movement and be a part of what's going on, because if you're not a part of what's going on, you'll never understand how you can help or add to if you're not in the flow.
Yes.
That's what I have.
Thanks. We're going to go with Mr. Michael.
Let him go last. Let me say something.
King Boston.
I give him a couple more minutes to breathe. I'm
got some on his brain.
No, I'm gonna be brief. It's free game.
Yes.
We coming in the primary season. So it's an election year. People often complain about politicians, but they don't vote.
Yep.
Some people they want change, but they don't stay informed. Accountability, it cut both ways.
Yes.
So if you want better leadership, be a better citizen. Free game.
Amen.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Drop the mic.
Clock it.
Drop the mic. So, future Congressman McCord, what is something you want to tell the kings and queens out there?
Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me. Thank you for articulating the way to handle that and going forward. That was worth the drive out here for sure. And then I would like to say that nothing is as bad as it seems. Things are going to get better. We've been through trying times before as a country. At the end of the day, when the Americans are backed against the wall, we always overcome. We show our best at our darkest hours. And I think we're at that moment now. Like you said, we can't fumble this election. If you don't want to vote for me, still vote. I don't care who you vote for, but vote. Because we have a lot of good candidates running on both sides of for several offices all down the ballot. And we need to vote for these people because they're running for office is not fun. And as you see today, my baggage from 6, 7, 8 years ago is coming out. And I knew when I got in that was going to happen, but wherever you're at now, things will get better. Put your best foot forward and you can continue progressing. Don't ever feel like you're stagnant or stale or getting that mindset or depressed like you were talking. There's always tomorrow. You can change it. You just got to keep on keeping on, as my grandma says.
Yes.
So.
Wise woman.
Absolutely.
Yes, very wise.
Your nanny?
Yeah, my nanny.
Nanny.
Yeah.
Grandma nanny.
Grandma nanny. Yeah. We did not have paid nannies in the trailer park yet.
Right.
My dad's mom.
All right, well, first daughter, you want to shout out anything? Good to go?
My biggest part, I want to remind everyone, knowledge is power. You cannot be powerful if you do not know. If you want change, like Miss Janice said, you have to be a part of the change. Don't speak on something that you are not willing to get in.
Amen. Now, I'll be last, but I have to say something to King Azario back there on the ones and twos, because he's been back there listening. King Azario, is there anything you want to say from the background today, sir?
On my mic.
Nah, just try to be good people. Be good humans. Treat each other right.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a mouthful.
Yes. So what I would say is this. Today has been very, very informative. You've had some very powerful questions asked. You've had some very good statements made. You've had some very good encouragement and life lessons learned. But then you had a lot of open honesty and accountability. Now, when we're looking at open honesty and accountability, man, that's something that is not real prevalent anymore in the world.
In politics.
Especially in our government now.
That part.
So when you see it, you better walk with it. And if you're on the fence, guess what? Just like today, ask questions. I don't think that you're dealing with a person that's running politically that's going to run or try to hide from your questions. He's made that very evident today. So I would tell you this, like King Boston said, don't be a good citizen. You can't sit back and just complain about it, and you didn't even participate. If you don't participate, then look, don't complain.
Facts.
Look, I also got to drop this. Don't forget SteezoCollection.com. SteezoCollection.com. I'll be wearing that later on this week so you guys can see some of the clothing. And also don't forget to go to Magnum Pest Control. All right? Magnum Pest Control. That's 1844 Magnum 1.
Yes, sir.
And YourHomeChamp.com. Go to Your Home Champ and you can save, you can talk to me, everything on my website. Please get you a home. I'll give you the blueprint. Just like you said, I'm open and I'll be accountable to helping you. It's your boy, the People's Champ, with the beautiful queens and beautiful kings, and we're out.
Peace.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.